Coming into this game, Stan, it's clear who the media thinks will win. We've been reading about it and hearing about it for the last couple days.
Yeah, but Kevin, you know, none of us in the media know what we're talking about. It's just a lot of speculation. And look, it's a cliche, but it's also true. The games aren't won on paper, they're won out on the court, and anyone in the NBA can beat anyone else on a given night.
Which makes me look forward to this one.
Absolutely.
Here are the starters for Los Angeles. Doncic out there with LeBron James. Then it's Jackson Hayes. Then there's Dorian Finney-Smith. And it's Hachimura in at the 3.
And great court awareness there helps Luka find an opening, and he just explodes on the drive.
Oh, what a jam! Simon!
Oh, let's go home. That was just ridiculous.
I do not remember the last time I saw a dunk like that in a game. From deep, James. That one's in, his first shot this game.
Showing some range. LeBron more than capable of hurting you from deep.
You know, it's inevitable that a player's physical abilities diminish over the course of a career. But the thing that stands out to me about LeBron James is that he never lost his insatiable drive to win. Guys, if anything, he's gotten stronger. Now, here's James. Here he goes. And he can't jam it through.
Yeah, he might want to avoid looking over at the bench for a little bit here. A missed dunk like that is infuriating to a coach.
Oh, and the jam by LeBron.
And what an explosive finisher LeBron is, rocking the rim whenever he goes up like that.
Grant the pass to Simons. Now, Avdia. Grant surveying the D. 5 to shoot. Back to Avdia. Shoots it up. Good, and Grant gets the assist.
And nice pass by Grant. And this is what happens when you become a great scorer. You draw defenders, which often leaves someone open.
Doncic kicks to LeBron. Doncic with a screen on Grant. LeBron, no luck. Trailblazers have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start off the game. Oh, what a jam! Simon!
My goodness, that is how you attack a bigger defender.
In his first 3 seasons in the NBA, Stan, Anthony Simons only started 5 games. But now he is out there a lot and getting starts.
Well, look, Kevin, he played under Damian Lillard. Not a bad role model for Anthony Simons. Another 6'3" guard with explosive scoring capability.
Portland leading by 3. And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Chauncey Billups and I got a chance to talk for a bit. Now, LeBron always #1 on the scouting report. Coach said on top of being a physically dominant player, he's like an extra coach on the court, able to control the game with his basketball IQ alone. Kevin, a big challenge to handle the mental challenge of LeBron James. Back to you.
Thank you, David. Now, here's Avdia after LeBron James's miss. And the foul on Rui Hachimura. That is his first foul of the game.
Yeah, clearly he had an established position there.
First quarter of action, just under 3.5 minutes played. Simons against LeBron, just 5 to shoot. Simons, the pass to Ayton. That one, no good. Lakers trail by 3. James looking around. Doncic with a screen for LeBron. And he goes big with the dunk right over DeAndre Ayton.
And making it look easy. LeBron overwhelms the defense inside.
And it's Simons off the drive. Ayton wide open. Second chance effort. Pass to Kamare. And they will get the basket here, folks, as they rule goaltending.
That's a very close call. I'm sure he thinks it's a clean block, but looks like it was on the way down.
Doncic passes to LeBron. And Ayton throws it down.
And it's the way Ayton uses his body inside. It's what allows him to get so close to the basket.
Now, here's Doncic from past the arc. And it's Ayton with the rebound. And now Portland on the break. Whistle blows, bucket is good, and he'll have a chance at the line to make it a 3-point play.
Playing with high energy, outworking the defense up the floor.
Yeah, the commitment to run is paying great dividends on the break.
Lakers trail by 9. James with it. He's got 7. Shot to stop the run. Avdia with the rebound. Pass to Ayton. Outside, Avdia. And so it's Portland ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a close. They've been playing some ferocious defense. And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And taking a look at the Trail Blazers' performance, what do you think they're doing or not doing?
Throughout the first quarter, they did a great job of just running the offense.
Yeah, and I love to see this kind of communication between teammates. Great player movement, great ball movement.
So the Lakers 5 right now. Rui Hachimura out there with Dorian Finney-Smith. Then it's LeBron James. Then there's Hayes. And it's Doncic in at the point.
He's going to put that one in his scrapbook. Insane dunk.
And now they're starting to rub it in. Build up a lead, and here we go, baby. It is showtime. And you can never really count out these Los Angeles Lakers, Greg, can you?
No, I really don't think you can. They battle out of the play-in tournament. They overcome obstacles, and they have tremendous willpower. And the defense scattered all over the place on the break. Nice job finding the wide-open 3.
A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer, David Alden. David.
Kevin, thanks. If you think Luka Doncic makes amazing shots in games, you should see his trick shots. It's legendary stuff with his teammates. Luka says, I'm just making them up. I like to have fun, so sometimes I just try some new stuff. And of course, Kevin, it always feels like they're going in.
Thank you, D.A. He is a magician with the ball. A very creative mind, and it's fun to watch. Second quarter of basketball, just over a minute and a half played. LeBron kicks to Doncic. 4 on the clock.
I'm honestly not sure what that was about. Maybe a protest against his coach?
Well, if that was one of my players, I'd think about sitting him down right away and letting him think about that.
As a coach, what were some of your favorite parts, Stan, of life on the road?
Well, Kevin, we get treated really well on the road in the NBA. I mean, You travel on great charters. People take care of your bags. We stay in great hotels. But my favorite part of being on the road was when we were on our way home. Easier to win at home, family at home. That was the favorite part of it.
How about the bonding experience that a lot of coaches talk about when you're out there kind of alone against the forces, just you and your team?
Well, I definitely think players bond on trips like that because they're not going in different directions. They team to spend time together. I don't think any of them ever wanted to spend time with me.
And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. That one's in there. The Trailblazer lead is cut back down to 5 points on the make from James. Greg, you think about oversized point guards. Oh, wow, what a great move inside.
That is incredible.
And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game.
Well, there's a swagger out there. You can see it on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either. Here's Kamara. To the middle. It's stolen. James against Abdia. From outside the arc. Hayes the pass to Hachimura. Doncic outside. Lets it go with the three. And it's Portland with the rebound. Ayton's got 4 rebounds now tonight. There's 1:17 left in the first half of the game. And Simons wide open. He'll fire. Tipped away. Ayton kicks to Abdia. Ayton a screen on Hachimura. And the wide open shot from Abdia. Traps in the tray. And now it's a 10-point Portland lead.
Another good play. This is how they built the lead, calling on the right guys at the right time.
Yeah, come on. They're just having their way out there and continuing to press the advantage.
And there's the defensive 3-second call. Lakers shooting their first foul shot of the game. And no good on the technical, so unable to pick that one up.
Eye-popping talent from Doncic. We don't see many players with his size and skill set.
There's 45 seconds left now here in the second. Outside, James. Down to 5 on the shot clock. No good. Some solid defense from Grant. Trailblazers leading by 10. Kamara. 3-pointers off the mark. And here's the break. Finney-Smith finds Doncic. Kicks it out to LeBron. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. James absolutely owning the inside.
And nice touch from the inside. I'm a fan of when LeBron just burrows his way inside and takes advantage.
Abdia on the wing. He got it up. Oh, my goodness, with no time left on the clock.
Without a moment to spare, he cuts this one out.
What poise, what focus. That's an impressive shot.
And so it's Portland holding on to an 11-point cushion as we get ready to take a break. They're feeling very confident, shooting the ball with great efficiency and dictating the pace. And we've got more M2K Sports coming your way. And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. One of the stories here, Anthony Simons getting it done today.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
Yeah, I'd love to see what they drew up in the locker room because you're right. He's the problem right now.
The guard pair are Henderson and Sharp. Jabari Walker is out there with Rob Williams. And it's Thibault in at the 3. That's the group on the floor for Portland. Thibault with the ball. Now guarded by Len. Sharp on the wing. Thibault the pass to Henderson. A floater. And that's 2 points on the layup. Henderson's got the lead up to 11 now for the Trailblazers.
A little like Donovan Mitchell there. Henderson makes some really tough shots in traffic.
Back to Reeves. Lets it go from deep. And it's Portland with the rebound. And it's Thibault in the corner. Misses the three.
I can't believe he missed that three. Regardless, that's not a shot the defense should be giving it.
Kleba kicks to Vanderbilt. James looking it over. Pass to Reeves. Fires the three. Hits it to go from beyond the arc. Reeves has got 5 points in the quarter.
An unselfish young player. If there's a better shot to be had, James is going to find it.
Sharp the pass to Thibault. Back to Sharp. And then Sharp with the dunk.
Out of this world. Sharp is so quick into the air, and then he just hangs forever. Able to do things most others can't.
Reeves against Sharp. Back to Kleba. James sets the screen for Kleba. Over Henderson. Kleba, no good. And it's Williams with the ball for the Portland Trailblazers. The shot by Sharp. Nobody around. Connects from three-point range. Sharp's got 5 points so far. Lakers trail by 13. Reeves outside. Right around 3 minutes into the second half. And now we've got some time to check in from the sidelines. You got for us, DA?
Kevin, thanks. A move that likely helped the league's parity has been shortening max contract lengths. Commissioner Silver says, we used to refer to it as dead money, a star player toward those end years sitting on the bench. We've reduced max contracts to 5 years, and in some cases 6. This way, it moves to more pay for performance. Kevin?
I think, DA, that's a pretty good business decision. It's going to have nice ramifications. Here's James. Solid play on the low block, and that one's good.
Well, James has the strength and will to be a solid interior finisher at this level.
Sharp finds Thibault. There's the triple. And it's Sharp missing. Lakers trail by 11. Here's James. And James throws it down.
And wait to finish and cut into that lead a little bit.
Yeah, but look at the basket guy still shaking. He was all alone on that one. Walker's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
Already a gifted passer, Henderson has solid vision for such a young player.
Reeves with the screen on Henderson. Outside, James. It's hauled in by Thibault.
You know what? His finishing ability, not really at the level that you would expect from a pro, but he's going to have to start playing with more force.
And here's Sharp. He has 5. Sinks the three-pointer. Sharp's got 8 points in the quarter.
And nice work on the perimeter. Defenses must respect Sharp's range.
Reeves outside. James outside. Back to Reeves. Into the... Oh, my, what a slam right at the buzzer.
And great move there to ensure they end the quarter on a strong note.
And so it's the Portland Trailblazers looking at a third. And how about a look now at our assist of the game? Brought to you by State Farm.
And the winner today, the big fella here with the sweetest of dimes. What a plus it is to have a post player who's got this ability to find.
Yeah, it's pretty to watch. It's great to have so many big men in the NBA who can dish it like this.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first three quarters. And on the court for the Lakers to start the fourth, we've got Rui Hachimura. Doncic out there with James. Then there's Dorian Finney-Smith. And it's Hayes in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's a two from Simons. They stand the last few decades. We've seen the three become more and more necessary for offenses. Wondering if you think that's a good thing.
Well, it is. And teams not only understand the value of making a lot of three-point shots, but the threat of the three spreads out defenses and actually makes it easier for you to get shots at the rim. So the three is absolutely necessary to be a great offensive team in this league.
Quickly, is the arc too close? Should they maneuver that a little bit?
Well, the skill level is really, really high. I like the suggestion of keeping the arc the same all the way around, which would eliminate the corner three.
Doncic looking it over. 5 on the clock. Here's LeBron. Slammed home, and he draws the foul. A chance for another point at the free throw line. That one on Simon.
Oh, get out of his way.
No way the D was going to slow him down.
The feel LeBron has for the game, unreal. Whatever situation he finds himself in, he always seems to have an answer.
Kicks it out to Grant, and it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Grant.
Yeah, not a great pass there. You got to be on the same page as your teammates.
Lakers trail by 15. Here's LeBron. Oh, LeBron does it again.
Yeah, so tenacious on the attack. LeBron isn't bothered by a little contact on that drive.
Here's Simon. And he goes big with the dunk right over Rui Hachimura.
He's going to put that one in his scrapbook. Insane dunk.
And now they're starting to rub it in. Build up. And it's a great finish.
Oh, my gosh.
That's a big night for LeBron. I mean, what's new? And look at Ayton get up there. I have to enjoy watching the big man getting tricky with it.
Knocked away and stolen by Simon. Here's Kamara. Ayton, a rebound by the Lakers.
I mean, come on. That's a shot you expect him to make.
Here's LeBron. Again, Los Angeles.
No question, James has the green light from anywhere. That mid-range is just another area where he's dangerous.
Here's Kamara. Guarded by Doncic. Back to Avdia. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Trailblazers will retain possession.
And he jumped out to that ball immediately. Great reaction on that deflection.
Yeah, and you know they're tracking the tips and deflections because that tells you who's affecting the game.
It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Over to the wing. And a wide open look for Hachimura. Off target from outside. Guys, a good chance for them to slow it down.
Yeah, they definitely...
Oh, that was some power on that dunk.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. The solo alley-oop? That's not something we see too often.
Timed perfectly. Caught the defense totally off guard. And here's James outside. Portland grabs the miss. Ayton's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. To the wing on the left. Three-pointer. And James pulls it down. James has got 4 rebounds now tonight.
And tonight's battle is going to end with a very clear winner, leaving nothing to chance. Impressive win for the Trailblazers.
It was like watching a three-point shooting contest tonight here.
And they just didn't seem to let up, whether the last several shots went down or not. 3 after 3, it just seemed to pay off for him.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Anthony Simons.
Every inch of the floor was his tonight as he came out and injected an energy into every play.
driving inside.
Impressive job by the players, coaches, and don't discount the impact of these fans.
No, I'd be lying if I said the crowd doesn't have an impact. It's certainly felt from the head coach all the way down.
Here's Grant. Outside, Simons. No good with the triple. And it's the Lakers on the break. Here's James. Avdia with the rebound. They are in complete control.
This is the ultimate definition of the zone. Everything they've done has worked.
There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock. Simons on the wing. Here's Ayton. No good on the three. And the rejection by Ayton. And so Portland takes this one, but by a big margin. And the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
And boy, they really put in
These two teams, a lot of their action runs through the front court.
You're exactly right, B.A., and I think that's where the game's going to ultimately be decided. I mean, we have to see which set of these bigs is going to impose their will, not just offensively, but defensively, too.
So the opening lineup for the Timberwolves, and is at the 2 with McDaniels playing the 3. Julius Randle out there with Naz Reid, and it's DiVincenzo in at the point. Here's DiVincenzo. The Blazers making their last shot. Edwards' screen on Sharp. Up top, DiVincenzo. Pass to Randle. 5 to shoot. Lets the 3 fly, and he buries his first look.
Yeah, a shot that Randle has added to his repertoire. Shooting the 3 with confidence now.
Avdia, screen on McDaniels. Here's Sharp. Out to the wing. To the inside. Avdia outside. And there's a 3-second violation. And here's Minnesota now. And Grant, the success of teams like the Timberwolves showing that size still matters.
Yeah, in this pace and space era, that may have come into question just a bit, but size and skill combined has always been your best bet at winning.
Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
I had a chance to catch up with Chauncey Billups. I asked him directly about facing Anthony Edwards, and Coach said, he's just so dynamic, right? Our hope is that we can control the pace, make this our kind of game, and he'll be a little less explosive. So the plan is to stifle Edwards by not letting him play at his tempo. Back to you.
Thank you for that, Allie. Sharp, no good. For Minnesota, they've gone 2 of 3 from the floor. Pass to Randle. Fires the 3. Rebounded by Kamari.
Defense dodged the bullet that time. Total breakdown.
Here's Ayton. Now Grant. The 3. Gets the 3 ball to go.
I tell you, I like the fact that Grant is selective in the shots that he takes. He's looking for quality. He senses the defense is playing off him. As the pass is coming to him, he's prepared. He's getting shot ready as the pass is in the air. Yeah, and the defense has really got to tighten up on him. I mean, he's just too dangerous from the three-point line. Transition basketball, the most reliable way to generate easy looks. Yep, exactly. And if there's any opportunity for early offense, you've got to push it and push it every time.
Now here's DiVincenzo. Tries a 10-footer. The kick out to Edwards. DiVincenzo against Avdia. Second chance effort. Deflected. Here's Kamari. DiVincenzo covering. Avdia outside. Grant with a screen on Randle. Here's Avdia. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
I just love the strong finish there inside.
Man, he's got that dunker's mindset, doesn't he? Always ready to pounce.
An absolutely tremendous athlete, able to go up and finish over the biggest of defenders. Oh my! I mean, just hard on that one, B.A. Show us what you got, young fella. Anthony Edwards. Love to see you operate like that.
And Anthony Edwards has stated that his goal is to ultimately surpass Michael Jordan.
Hey, look, that is a lofty goal to run after. I don't know if he'll catch it, but I like the fact that he's ambitious enough and confident enough to put it out there. His ability speaks for itself. This guy's a star already, and his star continues to shine. His work ethic and confidence give me belief that he's going to have a chance to at least get close to that. We know about 25 years ago, there was a guy named Kobe Bryant who sought to do something similar to what MJ did, and he got pretty close to matching it.
Here's Kamari. And a miss there on the triple. Timberwolves trail by 4. It's Edwards with a drive. Portland with a rebound. Kamari's got 4 rebounds in the game. On the wing, Grant for three. Hauled in by DiVincenzo. Minnesota's gone 1 of 4 from deep. Edwards for three. And Ayton pulls it down. Trailblazers lead by 4. He takes it in. Sharp passes to Grant. Fires the three. Hits the trifecta. Grant's got 6.
That's a textbook example of how to move the ball. Boy, you got to love that action.
Edwards fires from way outside. And so the first quarter is in the books. Trailblazers out in front. They lead by... Hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for Portland?
Well, I've liked their assertiveness inside. They've been getting that way and playing that way the whole time, setting the tone right away that the inside area is their territory.
And I just love playing on teams like this, passing teams. You can tell they really like playing with each other, and hopefully they keep this up.
On the court for the Timberwolves, second quarter underway. And is at the 2 with McDaniels playing the 3. Naz Reid out there with Julius Randle. And it's DiVincenzo in at the point. Timberwolves trail by 5. Now Randle. Reid sets a screen. The open shot, Randle. Portland with a rebound.
Yeah, you have to knock those down. Open shots inside the arc are rare in this league.
Outside Sharp. Pass to Ayton. And he was camped in the lane there. He gets a 3-second call. The Timberwolves shooting a rough 29% from the field here. Offensively, it's been a struggle for them.
Yeah, they need to string together some shots to have any kind of chance.
Outside McDaniels. Over Sharp. McDaniels, that's good.
Basically just ignored that contact inside. Really tough finish by McDaniels.
Draft the screen. Here's Sharp driving inside. McDaniels with the rebound. Timberwolves trail by 3. Down low. Here's Randle. And it's Randle with the jam.
Boy, what a throwdown by the well-built 6'9" Julius Randle with power.
Randle against Avdia. Randle with a steal. A deep 3. That won't fall. He's just 2 of 5 in this one. And here are the Trailblazers now. In the second quarter, held scoreless. They set the screen. It's Avdia on the wing. Launches it. Gets rebounded by Minnesota.
You know, a reliable veteran like Julius Randle is so valuable. He provides a foundation for everyone else to play off of because they know he'll be there to score and help out. He makes it easier for other players to succeed around him.
Ayton against McDaniels. Oh, and a dunk by Ayton.
My Lord, the agility on that size. Ayton's on another level.
Here's DiVincenzo. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. Kamare's got 5 rebounds tonight. And here in the second quarter, about 3 minutes played. Up again.
I mean, come on, a 7-footer with a 7'5" wingspan. Ayton beats everyone to the ball and converts easily.
Pass to Reid. Back to Edwards. Right side Reid. Now here's McDaniels. 6 to shoot. There's the 3. And Ayton pulls it down. And so it's Ayton with it. He brings it up for Portland. They've only given up 6 here in this quarter.
First team foul.
Here in the second quarter, just under 3.5 minutes played. Avdia from outside buries it. He's 2 for 4 in this game.
Fantastic decision making. Ayton electing to move it for the high percentage look.
Here's Edwards. 6 points for him. Will it go? Edwards with some muscle.
Showing off with the floater game. Not a shot you can swat.
Here's Sharp. Oh, power it home. Oh, wow. Boom, he jams it straight down.
And this guy has some bounce. Always fun seeing Sharp hammer at home.
Pass to Randall to the paint. Here's Reed. Hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D.
When they get their opportunity to punch it inside, they don't hesitate.
And Avdia with the basket on the assist from Sharp. Avdia's got 5 points now this quarter.
Oh, and that's a nice find by one of the youngest players in the league. Sharp with tremendous upside to his game.
McDaniels, a screen on Sharp. DiVincenzo, the pass to McDaniels. Knocks down the triple. McDaniels got 5 now.
If you want the title of 3-and-D player, you've got to make threes. McDaniels has really worked on that shot.
Avdia passes to Graham. From behind the arc. Oh, and a dunk by Ayton.
Grown man strength right there. Ayton just pushing through contact and getting it done.
Outside, DiVincenzo. Over Sharp, DiVincenzo. Pass to Edwards with 1 on the clock. Oh, it's good! Are you kidding me?
Oh, my goodness. That's how you beat the clock. Great job ending the quarter on a high note.
Nothing like knocking down that last possession of a quarter to give you a little feel-good momentum.
And the first half comes to a conclusion in a game that's been very close so far. It's the Trailblazers. They're up by 5. And we'll see you back here after the break. Third quarter action in just a bit. And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. Boy, you gotta like what we're seeing from Anthony Edwards.
You just love his patience offensively in the first half. Waited until he got the looks he wanted.
Well, you know what, guys? It was all about efficient offense, not rushing things, taking your time, finding the best shot on every possession.
Matisse Thybulle out there with Jabari Walker. Then it's Williams. Then there's Delano Banton. And it's Simons in at point guard. That's the group in the game for the Trailblazers. And the elite bigs today can score posting and facing up, Clark. Can all those options make it hard to decide which way to attack?
Well, I agree with you there, and I think it's a good problem to have, quite honestly, B.A. I mean, that's also, I think, where coaching and analytics comes into play, trying to keep track of what approach is going to work best for you.
Now here's Alexander Walker, covered by Thybulle. Yep, count it.
A great move. I mean, the defense has no response.
Yeah, if that's a harbinger of things to come, he's looking at having a very big second half.
Williams with the screen. And here's Simons outside. The rebound by Ingles. Timberwolves trail by 3. Pass to Minot. Here in this third quarter, just over a minute played. Have the space there, but it's offline.
Defensively, pick your poison. That time, they gambled off the right guy.
And Williams punches it home.
And this guy, to me, embodies determination. Small at his position, but he still gets up and keeps plays alive. That's mind over matter for sure.
Garza's shot is good.
The defense couldn't collapse quickly enough.
Simons outside. Pass to Walker. Simons outside. 6 on the shot clock. Three-pointer off the mark.
Boy, I'm absolutely shocked he didn't get that one to go. Usually he's money from deep.
Back to Williams. Oh, throw it down! Robert Williams on the follow.
the effort, the position, the timing, all there.
And add instincts to that. He can sense where the rebound's going to go.
And that sixth sense, guys, might be better than just about anybody else's.
Here's Garza. Oh, plenty of contact on that shot. Officials call the foul, and he'll take 2 free throws now. Robert Williams picks up 1.
Hey, if you can't block it, sending him to the line can be the next best thing.
Yeah, exactly. Prevent the layup, give them a little bump, and then maybe they'll think twice about coming into the lane next time. And if they don't think about it, at least they might be distracted by your presence.
Here's Simons. Rips it home off a terrific move.
And he just driving the stake in him there.
He's a guy who just never lets up.
And that's terribly demoralizing for a defense, guys. I mean, they know he's going to keep coming and coming and coming, and that they may not have an answer for it.
On the wing, Ingles. He's covered by Simons. It's Ingles with the drive. This one for 3. The shot by Garza, no good. Trailblazers lead by 5. A minute 53 left in the third quarter.
And this kind of six slam is just one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game right now, B.A.
You know, there's an edge the way they played and a confidence they're not afraid to show.
Boy, and I used to love going up and jamming it down like that guy.
Minnesota again missing. Portland has gone only 1 of 3 from deep here in the third. Pass to Ben, and here is Williams. Walker for 3, and the three-pointer goes. And now a 10-point Portland lead.
Since half, there's been a stark contrast between these teams. I'm talking about efficiency at the offensive end.
And that's why you have such a huge gap in the shooting numbers between the teams.
Here's Minot. There's a screen. Looking to win the run. He buries it from 3. Minot's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Simons outside. There's 48 seconds left in the third quarter here. Three-pointer. And again, it's the Trailblazers from deep.
Man, this is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
Nothing like answering back. One team gets 3, you fire 3 of your own. Boom.
Pass to Shannon. Back to Alexander Walker. Perfect pass to set up the lay-in. Alexander Walker's got 4 points this quarter.
Soft interior D, and they've exploited it.
And he lobs it up. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Simons.
I'm not sure what happened there. You just can't give away possessions in this league.
Here's DiVincenzo. Hasn't gotten one to fall yet. Pass to Reed. And the layup falls.
He just brings a great feel for the game at the offensive end.
Avdia finds Ayton. That shot off. And we've watched 3 so far in this one. Trailblazers out in front. They're up. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'll tell you what, this was a no-brainer tonight. Take a look at the precision on this feed. Couldn't place it any better.
Served him up. Tasty room service dime right there, boy.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far. With this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball.
Oh, hey, how about big that? Big time right there. Big time. Woo. In transition, Randall extremely mobile for a power forward.
The 3 from Ayton. Reed with the rebound. Reed's got 4 rebounds in the game. Edwards with it. Picked up by Grant. And here's Edwards. Oh, misses the dunk.
Trying to show off for the fans and give them their money's worth. Just couldn't finish.
They get the rebound. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. 1 free throw. And coach doesn't like the call at all. He's opting to use his challenge. He wants the officials to look at the replay.
First team foul. At the line for your Trailblazers,
disputed even after the video review.
There's no doubt there's going to be a gray area in a lot of these calls. But at least we have the option to take a second look, so the officials can be sure they get it right. And they've made their decision. The call will stand.
And as much as it hurts to lose a challenge, I think Coach would challenge that call again if he could. He really disagreed with the foul, and he's still peeved.
A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
Over that last break, I got a chance to hear what Chris Finch said to the team. He likes the way they're finishing inside. Coach said when we get close, we are golden. They can't stop us in there. Let's keep pounding it as long as we can.
Okay, thank you, Allie. And so it's Edwards who brings up the ball for Minnesota. They trail by 7. Fourth quarter of basketball. We're about a minute into it. And it's Portland with a rebound. Hayden's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Off the outside. Lets it go from deep. And his 5th basket. Now 5 for 8. Looking comfortable out there.
And just not letting up at all. I mean, you have to love this approach. You want to get the ball to the guys who make plays.
If it's working, keep working it. That's what I say. Keep the pressure on him. Boy, fighting to keep that play alive. Beautiful tip in there.
Hayden with a screen. There's the triple. Oh, and the jam by Ayton.
You're looking at Ayton using all of his height and reach, slamming it down on a helpless defense.
The drive by DiVincenzo. Reed. A slam dunk by Reed.
Oh, I love watching him flush it home, showing how easily he can get off the ground and bang it.
Portland leading by 8. Outside Sharp. Pass to Abdia. Let's go with a 3. Can't get it to go. Making him 5 for 10 now. For 3, Randall. Portland with a rebound. Hayden's got rebound number 8 now. Puts up a 3. And Sharp the bucket on the assist from Grant. And the Trailblazers lead by 11.
And everybody wants to see what kind of range Sharp has. Looks like the NBA three-point line won't be a problem for him.
Reed to screen on Sharp. And there's the whistle. The illegal screen is the call.
Well, the league has put an emphasis to crack down on illegal screens.
Yeah, you know, he might have gotten away with that a few years ago, but not anymore. No way. Now you've got to be stationary on those screens. No extra hips or elbows, or they'll call it.
There's a screen. Here's Abdia. Ooh, another basket for him. He's 6 of 11 now.
And trust me, when the D's slow to react, he'll be the first guy to make them pay.
Boy, the defense looks shell-shocked. I mean, they're on the ropes right now, on their heels.
And here's Edwards outside. Finds it again. 6 for 12 and remaining assertive.
Edwards is rolling right now. If I'm his teammates, he's getting a rock every time.
Outside for Grant. A look at the clock. A little under 3.5 minutes gone by in the 4th.
No defensive pressure at all. I mean, that's not going to get it done against him.
Now here's DiVincenzo. Pass to Reed. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Edwards for 3. Abdia pulls it in. Abdia's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Now here's Sharp. The 3 is up. Nails it. He's now 6 for 8 from the floor.
It looks like it'll be a big win for them here. Time to just cruise to the end of the game and chalk up the victory for the Trailblazers.
They had to fight for this one. With the game hanging in the balance a couple of times, they made winning plays, Grant.
It's all about having a strong mentality. What's interesting is that anytime momentum turned against them, instead of folding, they responded with their own attack.
We've come to expect big-time games from him. Just another day at the office for Denny Abdia.
Anytime they needed a bucket, they put the ball in his hands and say, go make a play. It was impressive to watch.
To the middle. Boy, left it right in the sweet spot with the lob. Nicely done.
A versatile guard, DiVincenzo is excellent at hitting his teammates in their spots.
2-second difference between shot and game clock. Ayton passes to Avdia. Three-pointer, no good. So no problem for Portland as they get the win. This one was a fun one to watch. They were clearly in the driver's seat down the stretch.
They really were beat.
a lot of great ball movement tonight, RJ. These teams love sharing the wealth out there.
And you gotta love it, Kevin. As a player, it's always great to see a team functioning as a unit. Fans love to see everyone get involved.
And the starting lineup for the Timberwolves. Edwards on the wing. He's joined by McDaniel. Julius Randle is out there with Naz Reid. And it's DiVincenzo in at the 1 spot. Edwards against James. Edwards kicks to Randle. Drains it from beyond the arc.
And showing he can make plays for others. Edwards moving it with conviction.
Here's Doncic. And denied. He sends it right off the glass. DiVincenzo with it. Edwards with the screen for DiVincenzo. Fires from deep. And James pulls it down. And so James will bring it up for the Lakers. It's a 3-point game. And something you see with the Lakers, they really trust their role players, don't they, Richard?
Yeah, LeBron does a great job of empowering his group. That's why he's top 5 in the league all time in assists. If you earn his trust, he will give you a ton of space to work. The Lakers know that they can only go as far as their great group of role players.
And the call will be against Julius Randle. That's his first foul.
Personal foul. First team foul.
Just around a minute and a half into the first quarter. James wide open. And the Lakers with another miss.
And sometimes on defense, you can just get lucky.
To the paint, here's Randle. And Randle throws it down.
Not enough defense there. Allowing Randle to get that close is a recipe for disaster.
And the dunk by James.
Nice there, getting the reverse. Love that. And the fans got a little bit of a show there.
Guys, that one definitely had a little something extra on it. Now, here's DiVincenzo. Pass to McDaniels. An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg, I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
Here's McDaniels. Reid in the post. Finney-Smith defending. The shot's good from DiVincenzo.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
And with an update from the sidelines, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, briefly spoke with J.J. Redick, and we talked about the bruising big man, Julius Randle. He told me Julius sets the tone for them with his physicality. So we have to try and match that. We can't let him bully his way into the lane and get to his spots. We have to make him uncomfortable. Kevin?
Thanks, David. Well, Richard, you were a teammate of LeBron James's, winning a title in Cleveland with them, playing with LeBron. What was something you learned about his game and about him?
Well, I learned that he takes the greatness that has been bestowed upon him as a gift, and it is a curse, but he understands how to handle both.
Doncic finds James, throws down the alley-oop slam.
And how about the out-of-this-world athleticism? LeBron can finish just about any alley-oop with authority.
Now, here's DiVincenzo. 5 points in the game, and out of bounds as the Lakers gain possession.
A classic breakdown with the ball, sending it right out of bounds and giving the defense a freebie.
Lakers trail by 4. Doncic outside. The tray. Reid with the rebound. And so it's Randle bringing it up now for the Timberwolves. With the drive, and Randle throws it down.
And when Randle gets rolling on the drive, there's almost no stopping him. His size and athleticism are going to get him to the hoop.
Now here's James. He's got 6. Poked away, stolen by McDaniels. Fast break, Minnesota. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. The Timberwolves shooting their initial free throws of the game right here. And he makes the first. You know, Greg, when you look at the Timberwolves' history, the first round had been a problem for him. but not last year as they swept the Phoenix Suns.
And you got to look at it as being a tremendous success, right? Because going into the season, I don't know that anyone thought they would have made it to the conference finals. But, boy, that young group gelled well together, and the sky's the limit for the future.
Here's Randall following the basket by LeBron James. Randall passes to DiVincenzo. Back to Randall. McDaniels with the ball. Shot clock at 5. Shoots over Hachimura. Shot by McDaniels, no good.
And he's very confident from that range, but you can't make him out.
And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason, I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit. That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
James, a screen on McDaniel. And there's the whistle. Illegal screen.
That's going to draw a whistle every time down the floor. Not even close to being a legal screen.
That's a very avoidable turnover. You gotta focus on the details.
And that rejection had some mustard on it. Huge, huge play.
And an early swat like that can really set the tone. Now the shooters will be feeling his presence.
Out to Edwards. Over James. And no good on the last second attempt this time. And so it's Minnesota with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. A good... And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for the Timberwolves.
When you pile up the blocks earlier in games, it really can affect the other team. They lose confidence offensively.
On top of that, they're creating turnovers and taking advantage by converting on the offensive end.
On the court for the Timberwolves as our second quarter is underway. Edwards on the wing. He's joined by McDaniels. Edwards with the dunk of the night.
And what a creative finisher. Edwards is so fast in how he gets up to throw it down.
Doncic against McDaniel. Down low. Stolen by McDaniels. Fast break. Here they come. Now here's DiVincenzo. Not a lot of room. Over in the corner, Randall. Drains the three-pointer. Randall's got the lead up to 9 now for the Timberwolves.
That's a guy you want taking shots, a quality offensive player.
The kick out to LeBron. James jackhammers it down.
This is classic LeBron leaping off the floor for a powerful dunk.
Reed with a screen for DiVincenzo. Pass to McDaniels. For years, it seemed like the league was going to go smaller. But lately, Greg, it seems like size is back in fashion.
Yeah, I mean, look at the MVP award, right? Centers and Jokic and Embiid winning it recently. Even Giannis, I wouldn't consider him small. And just overall...
Oh, epic move by LeBron!
And what an explosive finisher LeBron is, rocking the rim whenever he goes up like that.
Edwards inside, working on Finney Smith. Randall dishes to Edwards. Clock at 6. Edwards with the floor spacer.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
This is when good players really get after it. He can sense that they're reeling, and he's going to put his foot on the pedal.
Here's LeBron. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Julius Randle picks one up.
The feel LeBron has for the game, unreal. Whatever situation he finds himself in, he always seems to have an answer.
And both free throws, good for James. RJ last season, LeBron passed 40,000 career points. Do you think we'll ever see someone get even close to that number again?
Probably not, Kevin. Not in my lifetime. You have to understand, you're going to have to score 25 points a game for 20-plus seasons to even have a chance. LeBron, he's 101.
The latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Thank you, Kevin. Anthony Edwards is figuring things out. He said there's levels. My first few years, I looked for my shot and nothing else. I've learned that I can't win without my teammates and that I have to throw them the ball too. It's a team game. I know that now. Kevin, I know it too, so I'm throwing it back to you.
And you're the best teammate we could have. Thank you, David. Here's Doncic. Doncic gets it to go inside.
Creating space. Doncic will move defenders around.
Outside Edwards. Closing in on 4 minutes played here in the second quarter. And the shot goes in. Edwards got 7 points for the quarter.
That's more than enough space for him to get that shot up.
Reed against Doncic. Here's Finney-Smith. Hasn't made one yet. Doncic traps the hammer.
How about the balance of Doncic on that possession? Amazing at just absorbing the contact and still with the strength to finish.
Here's what the Lakers are going with right now. Lenz checked in for Hayes. Vanderbilt comes in for Rui Hachimura. Connect, he's checked in for Dorian Finney-Smith. And James subbed in for James. Timberwolves leading by 8. Here's DiVincenzo. Makes it off the glass. DiVincenzo's got 7 points.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
And here's James. He'll bring it up for the Lakers. Connect sends a screen for Doncic. Doncic explodes off the drive. What a slam!
And if you give Luka just a sliver of daylight, this is what you get.
30 seconds left in the first half. Up again. It's good on the putback. And the Timberwolves lead by 10.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
James kicks to Len. Doncic looking it over. Len with a screen on McDaniel. And it's Doncic missing.
I thought he had that all sewn up, but somehow the defense just threw him off.
And here's Edwards from the arc. And so it's the Minnesota Timberwolves with a 10-point lead. Some breathing room heading into the break. Their shooting has been the big key. Thank you, David. And we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway. And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. We're halfway through the game. Look at LeBron James. He's really been playing well.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
And you love that mindset he has going at the rim. He hasn't settled for anything, and he's been the aggressor all game long.
We've got Len. Jared Vanderbilt out there with Connect. Then it's Austin Reed. And it's James in at the 2 spot. That's who's in the game for the Lakers. Here's Ingles, and he finishes nicely on the layup. Ingles has got his first points in this one.
Yeah, the D has not been able to keep the ball out of the paint at that end of the floor.
Greg, this is some kind of note. Last year, Minnesota, for just the second time, had ever won a series in the postseason.
Yeah, they've been bounced in the first round, 10 of 12 appearances. But last year's team was different. Their elite defense fueled the conference finals run.
Pass to Garza. Tries to save it. Back to Alexander Walker. Garza the pass to Ingles. They get it back out to the wing. Here's Shannon. James defending. Here's Alexander Walker. Knocks down the three ball. Alexander Walker's got the lead up to 10 now for the Timberwolves. Len sets a screen for Reeves. In the corner, Vanderbilt with it. Reeves outside. Top of the key. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. And now the Timberwolves on the break. Garza gets the bucket. And now a 12-point Timberwolves lead.
Open court basketball at its best. The D slow to catch up, and the assist leads him right to the basket.
Pass to connect. Here's Shannon. James defending. And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
To the inside. Now, here's Ingles. Guarded closely. Offline from the top of the key. Lakers trail by 12. Reeves outside. James finds Reeves. Shoots over Alexander Walker. Reeves gets the bucket. Reeves has got 7. Minnesota's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Second half of play, and we're 3 minutes into the third here. Here's Alexander Walker. James covering. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Minot. And no good that time. Lakers have gone 3 of 4 so far in the third quarter from the field. Pretty good start to the half.
And this rookie connect is special. Even when he gets roughed up, stays in control.
As a junior college product, Dalton Connect, Greg, didn't have a traditional path to the NBA.
Yeah, Kevin, spent 2 years at a JC, 2 more at a small Division I program. Then used his extra year of eligibility to transfer to Tennessee. And there he became a first-team All-American and turned himself into a first-round pick.
Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
Yeah, terrific play right there. Great strength to finish through the contact.
And he'll be shooting his first free throw of the game here. Free throw drops for Alexander Walker. 1:29 left in the third. Now Reeves. He's got 9. Inside, Len, and the dunk by Len.
Strong move to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
And that could be the spark they needed to make a little run as they try to even this thing out.
A shot by Alexander Walker, no good. Lakers trail by 7. To the inside. And they're moving it up. Here's Shannon. Plays it up and banks it in.
And unfortunately, we've seen a few too many of those. A lack of concentration, a turnover, and an easy bucket in transition.
No one near Reeves as he lets it go. A three-pointer is right on target.
And I don't care how far from the bucket he is. You've got to have a man on him. He's just too good from deep.
Alexander Walker with the ball. He's against Vanderbilt. 5 on the clock. Here's Minot. He's defended by Reeves. Minot can't get it to go. Vanderbilt gets a wide open look. They get it back. Reeves outside. Hits it from three-point range. Reeves has got 15 points.
And you can see he's found his rhythm here in the third quarter. You can just sense the uptick in confidence. Everything he puts up from long range seems to be going.
And at the close of the third quarter. And while we can now, let's take a look at today's State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
Serving it up on a platter, that is a beautiful dish. And 2 teammates on the same page, woo.
intense quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the fourth. And a look at the five for the Timberwolves to start the fourth. Edwards on the wing. He's joined by McDaniels. Julius Randle is out there with Naz Reid. And it's DiVincenzo in at the point. And so Doncic will bring it up for the Los Angeles Lakers. They trail by 3. James absorbing hits on the crowd.
A monster down low. LeBron James, the rare package of skill, size, and athleticism.
Edwards with it. He's picked up by LeBron. Left side, Edwards. Randle surveying the D. And the shot goes in. And the Timberwolves lead by 3.
A fantastic decision-making big. Randle with the right choice there, finding the open man.
It's tipped. It's stolen by DiVincenzo. And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part. And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
It's stolen by Randle. Outside Edwards. And he commits the intentional foul.
You're not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
And J.J. Redick is called timeout. And clearly an important juncture. He's going to have some choice words with his team. It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Hey, guys, J.J. Redick's message with his team was simple. Now he's encouraging them to keep attacking in the paint. He said, when we get inside, we score. Simple as that. Keep attacking and don't settle for anything that's not at the rim. Kevin, back to you.
All right, thank you, David. Lakers trail by 3. Doncic with it. Picked up by Edwards. Here's James, and foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
If you're trying to outthink LeBron James, forget about it. He's always been one step ahead.
And James drills them both. And we're around 2 minutes into the fourth quarter here. Now, here's DiVincenzo. Good work defensively by Hachimura.
Oh, you've got to be able to deliver when you get a bunny like that. That's just too easy of a shot to miss.
LeBron against Randle. LeBron kicks to Hayes. Shot clock at 5. Floats it up for James. Here's the lob, and LeBron flies through the air.
When LeBron is being aggressive on offense, you got to make a change. You can't let him just have his way.
Edwards with the screen for DiVincenzo. Outside Edwards. And finished off by Edwards.
Such a gutsy player. Edwards wants to be the guy taking big shots.
LeBron outside. LeBron powering in. Rebounded by the Timberwolves.
Just why? Come on, man. Save that one for practice.
A shot by McDaniels. No good. L.A.'s gone 3 of 7 tonight from three-point territory. And we have an intentional foul there, G.A. Wish I could say why.
It's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
LeBron James on the wing. He's defended by Randle. It's LeBron with the dribble. Look at that play right there.
And that's how it's done.
Woo! Wow.
I'm sorry. Just who else would you want it shooting there? LeBron James, just so calm under pressure.
The shot's good from DiVincenzo.
Defensively, you can't back off him that much. You don't want to give up easy threes at this stage of the game.
LeBron a screen on McDaniel. LeBron outside. And James throws it down.
Was there ever any doubt who they were going to go to? LeBron James is clutch.
Edwards kicks to McDaniel. And another three for Minnesota.
It's been like this all night for both teams. The offenses having their way.
Yeah, but I think it's going to come down to who can get the stops down the stretch, because that's who's going to come away with this one.
Here's Doncic. Money!
And you can't get a bigger bucket than that.
What a huge play coming through when it matters most.
And the foul on Rui Hachimura. That's his first foul. Here is Edwards. 41 seconds left to play here in the fourth. It's in!
And he is built to be the man for this team. Edwards answering the bell and executing.
What a big possession right here.
No doubt about it, guys. The tension is palpable.
James looking it over. The three. Reed with the rebound. And here's Randall. And so it's the Timberwolves who come out on top here. This win. All right, David, thank you. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. Alongside.
each other well, and safe to say, they don't particularly like each other.
And I think fans really gravitate towards that sort of dislike. It just puts an extra added ingredient of intensity on a game like this. So for the fan bases, this one's big.
All right, let's check out the starting lineup for the Trailblazers. Avdia is the 3 with Grant at the 4. Then there's Anthony Simons. Then it's DeAndre Ayton, and it's Kamare in at the 2 spot. Now here's Doncic. Out to James. They set the pick. 5 on the clock. Back to Doncic. Beyond the arc. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. Here's Kamare, guarded by Doncic. Throws it up high. Outside for Grant. Pass to Avdia. Grant with a screen on Hachimura. Back to Grant. Finney Smith pulls it in.
Great contest of the shot. Kind of forced him to fade back more than he'd like.
All right, Brent, we hear the phrase 3 and D. Jeremy Grant is a perfect example of that, though.
Well, Grant's done a good job of trying to find some more confidence in shooting from the arc. He shot over 40% for 3 in one season. Defensively, he's versatile. He's long. I like him to play a little bit more. Yes, sir! That's what you tune into right there. Wow. Yeah, sometimes LeBron just likes to take it all out on the rim. That time on display.
Ayton with a screen. And here's Simons outside. And can't get it to go. Now 1 of 2. James finds Doncic. The shot's good on the assist by James.
They give Luka the ball, and you know what happens next. Instantly, he finds the shot.
Pass to Kamare. Grant against Hachimura. Oh, Grant throws it down.
There you go. He's a monster at the rim.
So athletic. Obviously, he plays on the attack. On the wing, Finney Smith. James outside. 4-3. And Ayton pulls it down. Portland has gone 1 of 2 from three-point land so far.
How about the vision from Grant? Reads the defense like a book and jumps all over him in the open floor.
And Doncic has got the ball here for the Los Angeles Lakers. Trailing by 5. Three-pointer. Avdia pulls it in. For Portland, they've gone 4 of 7, shooting a solid percentage. They set a pick. Here's Grant. James with the block.
Big-time swat, LeBron James making his presence felt.
And in the first quarter, about 3 minutes played. And a fun fact here, Brent, the Trailblazers' name was actually chosen by the fans.
Oh, that's so awesome, BA, to remind fans of how it is that Portland got its name. It was an open contest, and they had, I think, over 10,000 entries. And there are a couple other names that we should throw out there. It could have been the Pioneers or the Doug Furs. I think they chose wisely.
Pass to Kamare. Shot clock at 6. Here's Avdia. Rebound, the Lakers. Just over 3.5 minutes gone here in the first. Doncic, a screen on Grant. Simons with a rebound.
He creates such a great opportunity right at the rim, and he just can't get it to go, even with the defense not really a factor.
And for some reason, he decided to foul there.
Yeah, B.A., that's an odd move. Maybe there's something else behind it.
So it's Portland now. 3-point lead. On the wing, Grant. There's the screen. Here's the 3. It's not going to go for him.
I'm not sure how he finds himself in so much space there. He's kicking himself for whiffing a bit on that one.
Did you see that? I mean, going right to the rim. That's how you finish in the open floor.
Yeah, anything other than a layup in that situation, probably disappointing. Had numbers, took advantage.
They get it again. Ayton. Grant outside. Launches a three. Doncic pulls down the board. Los Angeles has gone 1 of 4 from deep. Here's Finney-Smith. Takes the assist and lays it in. Nice setup.
One thing LeBron James can dictate is how his teammates get going. Smart pass there.
Avdia, good.
One of the more skilled offensive players that is on the floor here tonight. Not an easy fella to hold in check.
And it's Doncic on the drive. And Doncic hammers it home.
He just rises up and throws it down hard with one hand.
That is such a go-to move for him. He holds nothing back on those. Here's Simons. Tie game in Los Angeles. And we'll get things started in the second quarter when we return. And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter. We'll see what happens here in the second. What do you guys think about Los Angeles here in this one?
You can really see the strategy coming in. Get the ball into the painted area.
And you don't see that all that often, getting down there and doing that much damage in a quarter. You got to respect the game plan.
Rui Hachimura is out there with Jackson Hayes. Then there's Dorian Finney-Smith. Then it's Luka Doncic. And it's James in at the shooting guard. That's who's in the game for the Lakers. Well, Grant, even though it looks like LeBron could play forever, he stated that he doesn't have much time left.
Well, it's unbelievable that he's sustained this level of excellence for as long as he has. I would be surprised if we see this type of longevity ever again.
It's Avdia on the wing. Back to Simons. Ayton, a screen on Doncic. Simons with it, guarded now by Finney-Smith. Here's Ayton, and Ayton, throw it down!
Ayton up there just to drop it in and take some of that rim with them.
Los Angeles has gone 1 of 2 from deep in the second quarter. And there's James from the arc. The offensive rebound. LeBron.
He got his timing down. You see LeBron just shrug off that contact there. It's like nothing even hit him.
Well, Grant, as you always say, in the playoffs, you need a player who can score in isolation.
That's true, B.A. And in a 7-game series, defense is to disrupt your set offense. If your stars can go mano-a-mano and create something out of nothing, that's often the best you can get.
And Grant with a nice heads-up play, willing to make the next pass.
Doncic outside. Pass to James. From deep. James can't get that one to fall. Portland has gone 4 of 9 so far from the perimeter. Here's Kamari. Back to Grant, and it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Hachimura.
Nice deflection there. Really trying to disrupt their offensive flow.
Yeah, I appreciate the work right now on the defensive end.
Ayton, the screen on James. There's Simons with a 3. Another 3 for Portland.
Not just a heat check. How about a range check for Simons? He nails it.
Doncic feeling it out a bit. James outside. Oh, LeBron buries a 3.
They keep capturing the lead, then giving it back. We'll see if they can hold on to it this time.
Well, you can tell they really want to increase this lead. They can't keep letting them take it from them.
And here's Simons outside. That one drops. 3 for 6 now.
Yeah, Simons has great confidence in shooting that 3 ball, and that consistency will help this squad.
Grant, how about that in-season tournament win for the Lakers in 2024?
Yeah, honestly, it just makes sense that the first of those trophies would land with a historic franchise like the Lakers.
In 2024, Luka Doncic recorded 6 consecutive 30-point triple-double games.
That's right, B.A. The first time anyone has done it in NBA history. So if you didn't already believe in Luka magic, well, there's some proof that the magic is real.
And that one is hammered home!
Good job with Simons not hesitating. He just opened up for a split second, and he was ready to fire.
Now here's Doncic. He's closely guarded. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Just 5 on the clock. Here's James. And once again, off the mark by Los Angeles. Pass to Kamari. Simons outside. Driving in. And he lobs it up top. It's stolen by Doncic. And we've got a whistle. He was fouling with a purpose. And in that spot, in that situation, it's got to be a transition take foul.
And Doncic is a walking triple-double threat. His versatility and confidence is really special.
Pass to James. Takes the three. Rebound by the Trailblazers. Ayton's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Ayton with a screen. Here's Kamari. Kept alive. Oh, and the jam by Ayton.
Yeah, if Ayton can get in that kind of position, he can be a bully on the inside.
Here's Hayes. And finished off by Hayes.
Oh, my! That's why we have those breakaway rims.
Dude, he risked pulling the whole thing down to the floor right there.
That is all timing right there. Just led him perfectly.
James, right side. Nice work inside from James.
This is what James does. Scores the ball and does it in so many different ways.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. Afdia from outside. Rebound by the Lakers. James outside. Doncic, a screen on Simons. Doncic outside. Here's Luka. Oh, wow! Set him up and let LeBron finish. And boy, has this been a competitive matchup thus far.
These teams have swapped leads 7 times already, and we're not even in the second half.
And so it's LeBron James making things happen for Los Angeles. His fingerprints were all over that quarter. 13 points, leading the charge. Time for a quick break, then back to the action. And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard. You know, LeBron James has been exceptional here, guys.
Through 2 quarters of play, he's been an excellent source of points.
Yeah, he's shouldering the load right now and looking really comfortable while he's doing it.
Taking a look at the Trailblazers. Scoot and Sharp are the backcourt set. Matisse Thybulle out there with Jabari Walker. And it's Williams in at the 5, down low. Williams, a screen on Reeves. The kick out to Williams. Left side Walker. Henderson outside. Clock at 6. Williams. Outside Sharp. From outside the arc. Vanderbilt pulls it in. The Lakers in the lead. Pass to Reeves. Second half rolling along, about a minute played here, and yep, it's good.
Defensively, you can't afford to get stuck on the pick.
That's one that the coaches will watch tomorrow with that player. You hate to see him give up in that situation.
A great move. I mean, the defense has no response.
Well, just ripping through right there as he finds the open spot and gets right through there. High basketball IQ play.
And the call will be against Jabari Walker. That's his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
And out of bounds, the Trailblazers will take it. The Trailblazers have gone just 1 of 3 in the second half. Oh, he goes up high for the two-handed slam.
Yeah, and Henderson has got some hops for sure. You cannot let him get to the rim.
You know, Grant, after losing in the first round last season, it felt like changes were inevitable for the Lakers.
Yeah, making the playoffs isn't enough for that franchise. They are all about championship success, and anything short of that is a failure.
Clock at 4. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time.
Yikes, that one stings there. Hurts so much more to turn the ball over, especially with how tight the game is.
Portland has gone 6 of 14 from the perimeter tonight. Outside Sharp. Thibault, a screen on James. Here's Sharp. Rebound, the Lakers.
And even with the miss, that's a high percentage shot for him.
Inside. Here's Connect, covered by Thibault. Reeves with a screen on Thibault. Outside Reeves. Shoots over Thibault. Nice fake there to create the shot, but it's no good. Outside Sharp. The 3-ball. No luck on that one. The Lakers trail. To the inside. And Vanderbilt slams it in. These teams just keep trading the lead.
Yeah, you wonder what it's going to take for someone to pull away.
Williams in the post. Lynn's there. Williams with the screen. Walker for 3. Connects from downtown. Walker's gotten himself going here. His first points of the game on the deep ball. A minute 35 left to play in the third. Drops in the 3.
And both teams running long-range plays that are working.
Well, both of them looking towards the three-point line. And I like to see that, especially when the results are made buckets.
I just love the aggressive finish.
I'm thinking he's sending a strong message with that jam. And you watch Shaedon Sharp, Red. The talent is undeniable.
Well, the athleticism really is something that jumps off the court for you. I mean, he's not just a scorer or a rebounder. I think if he uses that athleticism, he could become an elite defender in this league.
Wing shot on the way. Walker pulls down the board. Portland leading. Pass to Henderson. Takes it inside. Oh, a nice one-handed slam right there.
Attacking the hoop. That is Scoot Henderson's bread and butter. Unstoppable when he's going downhill.
James with the ball. Thibault picks him up. James against Sharp. Oh, it's blocked by Williams. Outside Sharp. It's an even 3-on-3 break. Offline with a 3. On the break. And there's James from the arc. The shot off that time.
Yeah, just hold for the last shot. Don't give them another possession at all.
Yeah, hopefully that's what they'll do here. It's what most teams try to execute at this time in the game.
Here's Henderson. Banked it in off the glass. Now it's a 5-point Trailblazer lead. The third quarter comes to a close. Portland ahead, leading by 5. And time to step away.
Let's hear it, fans.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. Portland leading by 5. Jackson Hayes is out there with Rui Hachimura. Then there's LeBron James. Then there's Dorian Finney-Smith. And it's Doncic in at the point guard position. That's who's in the game for the Lakers. And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for Portland.
What a performance for Beyond the Arc in this game. They stuck to their guns, and it's paid off all game.
Well, they've also put an emphasis on driving inside in this game. The defense hasn't been able to stop them from finding those gaps.
Jack's up at 3. That falls. Nice feed that time from James. Doncic has got 4 points in the quarter. Simons passes to Ayton. Out of bounds. It'll go to the Lakers.
Lakers ball.
So it's Los Angeles now. It's a 1-point game. Doncic left side. Pass to Finney-Smith. Simons with a steal. Now the Blazers on the move. Avdia with it. James with the block. They get it back. Just 5 to shoot. No good with the triple.
Given his range, you'd expect him to capitalize on that opening.
A good look from Doncic. Pulling the shot a little left. The bounce goes his way, though. And the Lakers lead by 1. And, guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Lakers.
You have to like what you've seen from them defensively. They've done well contesting shots and have managed to come away with some blocks, too.
You also have to admire the way they've gotten out and run in transition. And they've run wide, they've run their lanes, they've been doing it with a great pace, and that's produced some easy scores.
Here's Doncic. Oh, Doncic playing above the rim.
A guard that can truly do it all. Doncic has tremendous power.
And it's Simons penetrating off the outside. 2 minutes gone by here in the fourth. Hey, how's that for an answer? Right back with the dunk. Oh, this one has turned into an absolute nail-biter.
Yeah, at this point, you almost expect it to come down to the last possession.
Trailblazers foul. Tamari, his third personal foul. Second team foul.
Grant against James. Doncic, a screen on Grant. Here's James. Ooh, hard finish from LeBron.
Not the first, and certainly not the last time we'll see this. LeBron finding airspace.
Simon's shot is good.
Oh, in pressure moments, he's a guy you trust to make big shots.
The Lakers have got all 4 shots to go in this final quarter. Here's James. And he's going to the line. And here comes the coach's challenge. He disagrees with the foul.
And even with the coach's challenge in place, we've seen so many of these personal foul calls still disputed even after the video review.
There's no doubt there's going to be a gray area in a lot of these calls. But at least we have the option to take a second look, so the officials can be sure they get it right. So they see clear evidence of a bad call, and they're going to overturn it. Probably the right decision.
And give credit to the officials for recognizing the mistake and correcting it. Nobody likes to say they got it wrong, but they fixed it in a hurry.
Here's Simons. It's rebounded by Los Angeles.
You love to see guys challenge one another like that. Advantage to the defense that time.
James with the ball. Avdia picks him up. Hayes with a screen on Avdia. James passes to Finney-Smith. 6 on the shot clock. Now here's Hachimura, defended by Avdia. The Lakers got to get one up. Late clock. Hey, shot's good.
Well, Hachimura not known as a playmaker, but unselfish play. That is part of his game.
Grant with a screen on James. Simons passes to Grant. Avdia from outside. No good there.
He's not the guy that you want to give a wide-open look from three-point range. They're lucky that that one doesn't cost them.
James uses the glass to finish the layup. James has got 21.
Look, give LeBron the ball and get out of the way. LBJ again.
Grant the pass to Simons. The shot, no good. Good work defensively by James. Going inside, stolen by Ayton. And it's the Trailblazers on the break.
Wow, that takes steady nerves right there.
Not backing down from this moment here. When the game is close, he kicks it up a notch.
And the foul is called. He missed it, and no surprise here. At this stage of the game, they're going to use...
And even with the coach's challenge in place, we've seen so many of these personal foul calls still disputed even after the video review.
There's no doubt there's going to be a gray area in a lot of these calls. But at least we have the option to take a second look, so the officials can be sure they get it right. So they see clear evidence of a bad call, and they're going to overturn it. Probably the right decision.
And give credit to the officials for recognizing the mistake and correcting it. Nobody likes to say they got it wrong, but they fixed it in a hurry.
It's all come down to this one critical possession.
And B.A., you can feel the intensity in this arena. Who else but LeBron could pull that off? Keeping his cool and delivering in the clutch.
That is what I'm talking about. Wow. And Simon's saying, bring it on. I got this and more.
And so it's James with it. He brings it up for the Lakers. Chauncey Billups calls timeout. There is a lot on the line, and he is determined to make sure everyone's on the same page. Here's Simons. Oh, no good on the dunk. And so J.J. Redick calls for the timeout. And a great call on his part. This is the time you want to be in sync right here. Portland's ball.
Brutal play at this point. It's frustrating because they've battled so hard all night.
Time expires. We're going to overtime. And we'll return short. Boy, these teams have battled tooth and nail for 4 quarters. Now we're headed to overtime. This one should be fun. They've got Dorian Finney-Smith. Luka Doncic is out there with James. Then it's Rui Hachimura, and it's Hayes in at the center position, locking down the middle. And here's Doncic outside. It's rebounded by Grant.
And he probably thought he was going to bury that one.
The 3. Rebound, the Lakers. Doncic has got 4 rebounds now. For the finish.
Getting out. Wow. What a play.
LeBron James in full speed right there. What size and skill coming down the lane.
Out to Simons. The 3 is up. Rebound by the Lakers. Hachimura's got his 5th rebound in this one. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Hachimura.
And I'm all for the crowd interacting with the players, but not so much the players interacting with the crowd. That one, errant pass.
Grab the screen. There's Simons with a 3. Doncic pulls down the board. Doncic has got his 5th rebound in this one. Pass to Hayes. Now here is James. Stolen by Ayton. And here's Grant from the arc. Drills it from deep. And the Trailblazers lead by 1.
Well, nice smooth release from Grant that time. Can't let him get that kind of rhythm.
Here's Doncic. And Ayton pulls it down. Ayton's got rebound number 10 tonight with that last one. Simons outside. Off the outside. Ayton, a screen on Hachimura. Here's Avdia. Shot clock at 6. Here's Kamari. He's defended by Hayes. Offensive rebound. Here's Ayton. And Ayton with the stuff. That gives him a double-double.
How about that? Ayton showing why he was picked first overall. That's a reason.
Grant against James. Shoots over Grant. And again, the Lakers, no good. Portland has gone 1 for 4 from three-point range here in overtime. Simons outside. From downtown. Outside for Grant. And that's an intentional foul. Sharp, he's checked in for Simons.
That's his first personal foul. First team foul. Blazer substitution.
Three-pointer sharp. Grant, and he sinks it.
Well, Grant knows his role and willing to take over during key parts of the game. As long as he stays within himself, he can make those kind of contributions.
Oh, nails the triple.
Tremendous range. I mean, that'll stretch a defense thin.
Expect them to take their time this trip down.
Yeah, B.A., the clock is theirs to burn.
Off the outside. 6 to shoot. Right wing. Here's Kamari. Here's Ayton. So a close game sees Portland taking this one. It was touch and go there for a while, but in overtime they caught a second win.
They really did, and it was wild.
Sports. Hi, everyone. Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. The forward spots will be Avdia and Grant. Then it's DeAndre Ayton. Then it's Sharp. And it's Kamare in at the shooting guard. And for the Timberwolves, Edwards on the wing. He's joined by McDaniels. Reed is out there with Randall. And it's DiVincenzo in at the 1. And Greg, what stands out for both of these rosters is that they both feature top-tier athleticism.
And Kevin, that bodes well for us, right? There's a lot of speed, some great athleticism. I'm sure we're going to get some highlight reel plays tonight.
Sharp on the wing. McDaniels defending. And then Sharp with the dunk.
We'd heard the stories about Sharp and how impressive his vertical is. Now we see it on full display.
Now here's DiVincenzo. Launches it. Drills the three-pointer.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from three. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
And the dunk by Grant.
Well, this is something Grant does very well. Slams it home when he's got space.
First quarter, just over a minute played. Sharp against DiVincenzo. Fires from the wing. With the putback. Randall on the follow.
Well, you love to see Julius Randle attack the offensive glass, get to his second chance opportunities. That's really well done.
Ayton a screen on Randall. Pass to Ayton. And he banks in the layup.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
To me, that's a complete lack of communication on that side of the ball. These guys need to be talking to each other.
Stolen by Grant. There's the drive and the dunk by Grant.
Well, how about the opportunistic Jeremy Grant taking it strong on the drive? Love it.
Hey, Greg, what about Jeremy Grant? He's had about every role you can imagine on any team he's played on.
And Kevin, he's still...
Hammer it home! Hammer it home, baby!
That is authority right there.
Sharp against McDaniel. Grant sets a screen for Sharp. Bucket number 3. He's a perfect 3 for 3 to start.
Oh, nice job executing inside. Sharp's confidence is what makes him such a dangerous player.
Sharp against DiVincenzo. And the Timberwolves tack on 2 more. Portland leading. And there's a whistle. It goes on Shaedon Sharp. That is his first foul of the game.
Yeah, way to get there first and be willing to absorb the contact.
About 3 minutes gone here in the first quarter. DiVincenzo passes to McDaniels. Here's the teardrop. Rebounded by DeAndre Ayton. Trailblazers have gone a perfect 6 for 6 in the game up to this point. Here's Grant. Down it goes for his 3rd basket in as many tries.
Well, this is why Jeremy Grant's size is important. Stretches out beautifully whenever he's close to the rack.
Randall kicks to Reed. Back to Randall. 1:24 left to play in the first. Just 5 to shoot. Can't tie it up as that one misses. And the dunk by Grant.
Oh, that is just unreal. Is this the dunk contest, or are we actually playing a real game?
No, this one counts, Greg, believe me.
My
But confidence to attempt an alley-oop to himself. Here's DiVincenzo. No good that time. Avdia with a defensive effort. And then Sharp with the dunk.
Few defenders can keep up with Sharp in the open floor. This guy is electric.
Timberwolves trail by 7. Outside Edwards for the 3. And once again off the mark by Minnesota.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Here's Grant and the dunk by Grant.
Nice play, and you can see they're gathering momentum.
You want to continue to build on this lead. Right now, still a little too close for comfort.
Edwards. And finished off by Edwards.
Oh, Anthony Edwards thinks this game is a dunk contest. Go ahead, young sir. What a finish.
Stolen by McDaniels. At the top of the key, Reed. Back to McDaniels. An easy 2 points on the layup.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
A free-flowing first quarter. Great scoring through 1. Trailblazers out it. And if you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter in this one. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Blazers.
Tons of points off penetration so far, guys. They're driving at will on the defense, just taking whatever they want.
Another strength for them today, guys. Mid-range shooting. Normally the defense wants to give you that shot. Let's see if they adjust at all.
Edwards on the wing. He's joined by McDaniels. Julius Randle is out there with Reed. And it's DiVincenzo in at the 1 spot. That's the 5 to begin the second quarter for the Timberwolves. Ayton inside. He's defended by Randle. And Ayton throws it down.
Well, Mr. Ayton decides, why just lay it up when you can finish with authority?
Now DiVincenzo. He's got 5. Outside Edwards. Over Grant. And no good. Trying to use the glass.
I think this is a spot he has got to become more consistent from if you want to command the defender's respect.
Here in the second quarter with a little over a minute gone.
This may be as aggressive as Jeremy Grant gets. He is right now lighting up the opposition.
Edwards looking it over. And it's Portland with the rebound.
Boy, in that close, he's almost automatic. Boy, that's pretty good defense. Wow.
Cloak loose. Stolen by Reed. McDaniels with the ball. Now Avdia defending. And Randle throws it down.
If there is something that defines Julius Randle's game, it's the ability to score through contact. Give him the N1.
The Timberwolves shooting their first free throw of the game. That free throw good from Randle. DB, ever since winning the most improved player back in 2021, Randle has stayed scoring at an incredible clip.
Yeah, Kevin, what makes this guy such a difficult matchup is his size and the ability to drive it. And now what you've seen is this evolution into a legit threat from three-point territory. He is such a difficult cover.
And finished off by Avdia.
Nice vision from the youngster, Sharp, that time.
DiVincenzo against Sharp. And it'll go. And the Blazer lead is cut down now to just 6 on the basket from DiVincenzo. Avdia with it. Picked up by Edwards. Grant. That's good.
And I love Grant's mindset. Readies himself to shoot as soon as he touches the ball.
Here in the second quarter, we've played a little over 2.5 minutes now. McDaniels gets a wide open look. Tried to come right back with the three of his own, but it's no good. Pass to Kamare. Avdia on the wing. Driving the lane. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
And those are the kinds of plays that are just killing them right now.
Out to the right wing. McDaniels against Avdia. And it'll go. And the Blazer lead is cut to just 9 points on the basket from McDaniels.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off. Of the two offenses here tonight, you can tell theirs is just a bit more in sync.
And I think because of that, they've gotten the better looks to start this basketball game.
Reed with a screen on Grant. It's Randall with the drive.
Wow, Julius Randle getting downhill and leaves no doubt.
Here's Avdia. Does not find the mark. He's made 2 and missed 1 now. Pass to Randall. 54 seconds left here in the second. 6 to shoot. 17-foot shot on the way. No good. That's miss number 2 against 3 makes from the field. It's stolen by Edwards. And now the Timberwolves on the break. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Pass to Reed. Back to Edwards. And it's Portland with the rebound. Ayton's got 4 rebounds in this game. Here's Avdia. So we've reached the end of the first half of play. Trailblazers lead by 9. Stay with us, folks. We'll get back just after halftime to start the third quarter.
They're measuring up the shot.
And we've got third quarter of basketball for you. 2 quarters in the books. You look at Jeremy Grant, what a contribution.
In that first half, he was a hot knife, and the defense was butter. Sliced right through them.
His penetration was a real problem for them. And then, of course, the monster finishes at the cup.
On the court for the Trailblazers, Williams is out there with Walker. Then it's Anthony Simon. Then there's Matisse Thybulle. And it's Benton in at the 2 guard. Pass to Minot. Rebound by Williams. And Simons has got the ball here for the Trailblazers. Manton, the pass to Walker. And the dunk by Walker.
Well, not exactly one of those big, burly power forwards, right? He depends on his leaping ability more than those guys, and it serves him just fine.
Right now, let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Kevin, Anthony Simons came into the NBA at age 19, and he's paid his dues, working his way up from the end of the bench to a starring role. Coach Chauncey Billups says he just believes he's one of the best players in the NBA, and confidence is a big thing. Well, Kevin, you certainly earned it. Back to you.
I would totally agree with you, D.A. Thank you so much. Swiped away. Pass to Simons. You know, a trend that's been unmistakable, Greg, over the last few decades has been the number of positionless players.
Yeah, and I think that's a great thing, right? So many players now with diversity in their skill set, and there's no need to commit a player to a certain role just based on their size.
And so Chris Finch calls for the timeout. He wants to regroup and go over the strategy. That one misses for Williams.
And the energy of Williams, it's infectious. Amazing at using it to block shots, rebound, score, whatever they ask of him.
Here's Shannon, guarded by Walker. Shannon passes to Ingles. Three-pointer. And again, Minnesota with the triple.
Wow, the distance of that was absolutely impressive. Ingles knows no bounds.
A nice shot by Simons.
Just such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
Timberwolves trail by 9, and each season, GA, it seems like Anthony Simons is given more and more responsibility.
And you can understand why. He's proven to be a versatile scorer, and now we are seeing him take the next step with his playmaking.
And there's the drive. It's stolen by Ingles. Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. Trailblazers leading by 9. Pass to Benton. Drops in the layup for 2.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
To me, this has simply stated been a complete lack of defensive attention and focus all night long.
Here's Alexander Walker, and he uses the glass on the layup. Alexander Walker's got his first 2 points. Outside, Simons. Drives to the hoop. Oh, what a jam! Simons!
And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game.
Well, there's a swagger out there. You can see it on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either. 1:31 left in the third. It's stolen by Ingles. One-on-one here. Here's Shannon. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Shannon's got 5 now.
What an excellent passer from the small forward position. Joe Ingles does such a great job setting up his teammates.
Here's Thibault. Nothing on the board. Outside, Simons. Good. The nice assist for Williams. And the Trailblazers lead by 12.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flames.
One thing I enjoy is watching players who don't pay attention to the score. You lock in on the moment and play the right way.
Now off the inbound, and he sinks the layup.
This is what we call highly efficient play. Working off the screen, getting to the cup.
Simons from outside. They get the rebound. And that's going to be too many steps. Gets the whistle on the travel. And so it's Ingles with it. He brings it up for the Timberwolves. Trailing by 10. 26 seconds left to play here in the third. Top of the key jumper, no good. Williams attacking, and he gets the bucket. Williams has got the lead up to 12 now for the Trailblazers.
You know, when Williams gets positioned inside, he just looks to dominate physically, and then he shows you the skill set on top of it.
Here's Shannon. He has 5. There's the pick. Jacks up a 3. No good on that one. And so it's the Portland Trailblazers enjoying a 12-point lead as they talk things over during the break. Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game, and it's presented as always by State Farm.
And just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball and about the perfect delivery.
We call that putting it right in the pocket, and he knew what to do with it once it was there.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. Edwards on the wing. He's joined by McDaniels. Reed is out there with Julius Randle. And it's DiVincenzo in at the point. So that's the lineup for Minnesota. Releases. Jump shot is good that time.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
You know, we see this all the time. You're basically, as a defender, hoping the man misses rather than putting in the work to get over screens.
Reed.
Oh. You got to be kidding.
Out of this world. Sharp is so quick into the air, and then he just hangs forever. Able to do things most others can't.
Trailblazers leading by 15. Fourth quarter still young, just over a minute play. And it's Jaden McDaniels with the foul. That's his first foul. Here's Sharp. Avdia up top. Shot clock at 6. And he converts the layup.
Well, overall, they're the team getting the better looks here in this second half.
And I think what's happening is they're getting their shots within the flow of their offense, and you can clearly see the difference.
DiVincenzo can't hit it.
Unbelievable. He blew that look, guys. No clue what went wrong there.
Pass to Grant. Grant with the screen on Edwards. Here's Kamare. Rebounded by the Timberwolves.
Well, we didn't see the same kind of control we're used to seeing from him. This guy is usually a tremendous finisher.
And Greg, it didn't take long for Anthony Edwards to prove himself in the NBA.
There's so much to like about his game. As outstanding as his offense is, his defense cannot be overlooked. He is a lockdown presence when he needs to be.
You hear, Doris, people now calling Anthony Edwards one of the faces of the NBA. And I'm assuming you'd agree.
100% agree, because the skills are extraordinary. The development in his decision-making has gone leaps and bounds from where it was. Beyond that, Kevin, he's a lockdown defender, one of the best competitors, fearless in the big moments, and one of the most charismatic young men in the league today. This guy is spectacular. Yeah, Julius Randle has a good feel on the offensive end, on time and on target with the pass.
Sharp against McDaniel. Avdia on the wing. Ayton sets the pick for Avdia. Beyond the arc. Randle with some nice D. Timberwolves trail by 16. Now here's Reed. Launches it from deep. Rebounded by DeAndre Ayton. Ayton's got 6 rebounds in the game. And the wide open shot from Avdia. The three-pointer off the mark.
Boy, a wide open shot from his favorite spot. That is one he'd like to have back.
Here's Kamare. Kicks it out to Grant. From the arc. Good. He's now got 10 of 10 from the field. And we'll get a look at how the hustle stat game has been going for the Trailblazers.
And they've shown great focus on the defensive end, putting constant pressure on the ball and really disruptive in terms of what they've done defensively.
Another thing I thought they did well was pressure. They forced a ton of turnovers, turned those opportunities into points.
From downtown, doesn't go for him. Minnesota's gotten off to an 0-for-2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter.
And so just rolling to the finish line now in what has been a very confident-looking performance for Portland.
Their hard work on the glass paid off.
I tell you what, they're both excellent rebounding teams, and it was a tough battle underneath all game. And I think ultimately that earned the W.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Jeremy Grant.
What a relentless scoring night for this guy. In attack mode all evening.
Portland with the ball. Fires for 3. Nailed from three-point land. And so it's Avdia with it. He brings it up for the Trailblazers. 15-point game. Ayton finds Grant. To the paint. Here's Avdia.
saw the opportunity to put this away and did not turn it down.
Yeah, playing with great energy and great effort. And as a coach, you'd love to see this from your team every single night.
No one near Edwards as he lets it fly. And again, Minnesota with the triple. And here's Avdia. Fires from way outside. Off on that one. And so Portland takes this one, but by a big margin. This was a very strong showing for him, Greg. Not necessarily a runaway.
Both backcourts in this one stand cream of the crop.
Well, a lot of people would say that this is a guard-oriented league. I think it's a league of all the positions, but tonight, certainly, whoever can win that guard battle will probably go home with the W.
Certainly the headliner tonight. And now the Los Angeles starters. LeBron James out there with Luka Doncic. Then there's Dorian Finney-Smith. Then there's Hayes. And it's Hachimura in at the 3. Sinks the tray.
And how about the handles Luka has? Phenomenal at creating scoring opportunities for himself.
Outside, DiVincenzo. 2 shots, 2 makes. Off to a good start.
Yeah, I'd call this ideal scoring distance. It's almost too easy.
Here's Doncic. Reed with the rebound.
Wow. Missed the easy one right there, right at the rim, but came up empty.
Outside for Randall. Nice move. And another basket for Minnesota.
Why do lefty shots look so pretty? Like that one for Randall, man. I wish I shot it lefty.
And coach, how about Naz Reid, the 2024 Sixth Man of the Year award winner?
Yeah, Brian, sort of unique. We often associate that award with shooting guards, but although he's a big, Reid is more than capable of putting up big numbers, including from long distance.
Here's Doncic. He's looking good. 2 buckets and 3 attempts.
Oh, Luka is so skilled at using his body to create good looks inside.
And in the first, a little over a minute and a half in. McDaniels inside, guarded by Doncic. McDaniels, a screen on Hachimura. Fires for 3. Offensive rebound, Timberwolves. And the whistle on the shot. Got some contact there. Misses the shot, but he'll shoot 2.
Inside, you have to try something to stop Randall. But he gets physical right back and draws a good shooting foul.
The first free throw is good. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time.
And the big fella with the skill level, showing a soft touch at the line.
Doncic deciding where to go with it. And he lobs it up to the rim. And slam dunk by James.
The timing LeBron possesses is second to none. Fantastic at measuring when to go for alley-oops.
DiVincenzo with it. Finney-Smith's there. Outside for Randall. From the arc. Fires in the triple. Randall's got 7 points in the game.
Yeah, a shot that Randall has added to his repertoire. Shooting the 3 with confidence now.
And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
Brian, Anthony Edwards, his disposition just brightens a locker room. Coach Chris Finch said he's an absolute joy to coach. Always in a great mood with a great smile. It doesn't matter if he plays well or he doesn't. Every day he has the same approach and the same attitude.
And he wants to be great, Allie. There's no doubt about that.
Great recognition. Understanding that that one is all him.
Yeah, beating him.
Oh, okay.
Oh, my gosh.
Knifing to the rim with such power. Watching LeBron on the attack is so much fun.
It's Edwards on the wing. Checked by James. And there's a pick. And there's the lob. And stolen by Hayes. And it's the Lakers on the break. It's rebounded by Minnesota. 1:31 left to play in the first. And Edwards slams it in.
Well, everything about Edwards' drive makes it dangerous. His speed, his agility, and his lack of fear.
For 3, James. They grab their own miss. Ooh, McDaniels with a steal. Outside Edwards. Over Hachimura. Edwards, no good.
Well, when they're playing off you, you have to make them pay. And he couldn't.
Doncic, a screen on DiVincenzo, and there's James from the arc. Pure from three-point range. He has 7.
Well, LeBron is a guy who can score from anywhere. He's comfortable taking long-range shots.
Here's Edwards, and Edwards slams it in.
Attacking the rim with power.
Tremendous finish. James against Randall. Doncic, a screen on Randall. Pass to Doncic. With the drive. No, stopping him there. Jams it in, and he's fouled. An opportunity in a three-point play. Jaden McDaniels picks one up. Los Angeles shooting their first free throw of the contest.
And Doncic is a walking triple-double threat. His versatility and confidence is really special.
Reed sets a screen. 2-second difference between shot and game clock. Hachimura with the defensive effort. Now here's Doncic. Give him 8. The 3, James. Oh, and the release was before the buzzer, but it's off target. And so, lots of scoring in a competitive first quarter. And it's been a pretty even game here after 1 quarter of play. All right, guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the Timberwolves?
Well, I like how they're going right at the defense, creating high-quality looks with...
Yes, sir! LeBron James!
All eyes on Luka. The defense forgot about his teammates.
Outside, DiVincenzo. Reed sets a screen. DiVincenzo with it. Hayes picks him up. Reed passes to DiVincenzo. Clock at 6. Shot from 16. It's Hayes with the rebound.
Well, he's more than comfortable in the mid-range, but you can't make them all.
Doncic passes to James. James, a screen on McDaniels. And there's the foul. It'll go on Julius Randle. That's his first foul.
First team foul.
The 3, James.
Is staying right on the ball there. Randall with a nice shot contest, making a difference at both ends of the floor.
Reed finds McDaniels. Outside, DiVincenzo. Shot clock at 5. Randall, the pass to Edwards. Oh, Edwards powers it home.
Well, once Edwards saw his opening, it was game over. He delights in sticking it to you like this.
Here's James, and he scores it. Now 5 of 9 from the field.
Well, he can beat you in a lot of ways. Very challenging to defend.
It's McDaniels on the wing, guarded by Doncic. DiVincenzo, pass to McDaniels. Randall outside. He drops it from range. Randall's got 10 points in the game. Looking at lineups around the league, Grant, seems like they're becoming more positionless than ever before.
Yeah, you're spot on, B.A. To the point where some people feel all-star voting shouldn't be by position anymore. It should be by merit.
James, that's good.
Yeah, the assertive approach from LeBron is really paying off in this one. He is driving this offense.
Oh, the finish inside by Edwards.
Well, when you move the ball, you open up the defense. Great job to make the unselfish play.
Over to the wing. Hayes, the pass to Hachimura. Oh, the teardrop falls in.
The floater can be a tricky shot, but that's the right choice.
Minnesota in the lead. Outside, DiVincenzo. It's rebounded by Los Angeles.
The defense does just enough to alter that shot.
Pass to James. Doncic, a screen on DiVincenzo. James. Wow! LeBron making some noise.
You're still dunking with ease. James is a physical specimen.
And let's take a moment to get your take, guys, on the scoring so far for the Lakers.
Well, I like how they're going right at the defense, creating high-quality looks with that penetration.
And another thing they've done is look to shoot from the mid-range often. So far, it's really paying off for them.
McDaniels against Doncic. Outside for Randall. Takes a three. Rebounded by LeBron. The Lakers have gotten 5 of their first 6 attempts to fall in the second. There's a minute 17 left to play in the first half. LeBron at full speed and slam dunk by James.
And once he gets to the rim, it's fairly automatic.
Nothing fancy right there. Just takes his 2 points, moves on. Edwards, a pass to McDaniels. Back to Edwards. Over Doncic. Edwards can't hit.
Yeah, well, that's a shot the defense is probably going to let him keep taking.
Pass to Hayes. Outside, Finney-Smith. James, outside. Doncic on the wing. Check by Randall. James can't get it to go.
He came out today planning to do as much damage from three-point range as possible. Well, it looks like it's time to change up the plan, guys. Yeah, great teamwork. Randall has a terrific connection with his teammates. Love when he goes after those alley-oops.
Los Angeles shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night. And he drops it first. And Los Angeles will go for a different look here. Doncic hits them both. Here's Alexander Walker to the right side. Here's Garza. Oh, no good on the last second attempt there. And so it's LeBron James making things happen for Los Angeles. 11 points in the quarter. He's on fire. More 2K action in just a moment. And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been a fairly even one. You know, LeBron James has been exceptional here, guys.
What makes him an exciting player is the ultra-aggressive mindset that we saw over and over in the first half.
Yeah, he hasn't been settling. He's getting to the rim, and that's him at his best.
They've got Joe Ingles, and it's Garza in at the 5. And that's the group for Chris Finch as we begin the second half. Here's Minot, guarded by Vanderbilt. Back to Alexander Walker. The money on the 19-footer.
Terrific ball movement leading to the basket. You love to see it.
James, outside. Pass to Reeves. The rebound by the Timberwolves. Outside, Ingles. Here's Shannon. And there's the screen for the tie. And the layup is up and in. It's a tie ball game.
It's not easy to work the ball inside in this league, but they've done it all night.
And Nickeil Alexander-Walker has built a role around defense and activity, Coach.
Yeah, Brian, he's started to understand that not everyone can be that superstar scorer, and he's carved out a role around hustle, but still capable of knocking down shots within the flow of the offense.
Here's Alexander Walker, and stolen by Vanderbilt. He's all alone, and Vanderbilt slams it in.
And that's gotta hurt. A turnover for a free run at the rim.
And now we know who has the momentum.
A sequence like that really does sting. I'll tell you that much.
The shot by Alexander Walker, no good. Los Angeles leading by 5. James, right side. Here's the pick. Lays it up and in on the nice reverse. James has got his first 2 points.
Okay, making some plays there. I wonder who Bronny learned that from.
They need this. And he throws it down with one hand.
My goodness, that is how you attack a bigger defender.
Outside Reeves. A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter. Here's James. Lays it up and banks it in. James has got 4 points in the quarter.
Good heads-up basketball. Sees an opening and capitalizes.
Here's Alexander Walker, and he'll draw the foul. He'll head to the line for 2. You were there, Stan, in Miami at the inception of Heat culture. Give us a taste of it.
Well, it's a little bit overblown in one way, in that everyone basically wants people who work hard and get in shape and compete. The difference maybe with the Heat is they just have a lower tolerance for players who don't meet their standards.
James inside, covered by Alexander Walker. Reeves, the pass to Vanderbilt. Outside Reeves, 4 on the clock. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Reeves has got 5 now.
And how about Bronny dropping a dime?
We've gone about 3.5 minutes here into the third. The Lakers lead by 7. Out to the right wing. Here's Connect. Oh, a beautiful reverse layup.
Credit them for making the right halftime adjustments.
Well, sometimes you just make shots, but they've certainly come out on a tear here in the third quarter.
And Chris Finch calls timeout here. He wants a few moments to regroup with his players. The Timberwolves have gone 3 of 5 from the field in this third quarter. Alexander Walker with it. Picked up by James. Here's Shannon. Not sure why he committed the intentional foul. No purpose.
I think everyone's a little confused, but weird plays happen. You don't want to stop the clock right there. I'm not quite sure what he was thinking.
Here's Alexander Walker. Laid it in with a nice touch off the window. Alexander Walker's got 8 here in this quarter.
Able to get a layup out of that one. That's just soft defense there.
James goes in. Outside Reeves. Pass to Vanderbilt. The rebound by Shannon. Timberwolves trail by 7. Here's Garza. Stripped away. Reeves with the ball. Lots of room. Here's Lynn. And terrific work on the offensive glass as he picks up the deuce.
Sometimes with that much of a height advantage, resistance is futile.
And they go to the intentional foul. Minnesota shooting their 5th and 6th free throw attempts tonight. And he knocks down the first one. It's both from the stripe. 24 seconds left to play in the third quarter here. And so James will bring it up for the Lakers. Outside Reeves. The second effort. And so it's the Los Angeles Lakers closing out this quarter with a 7-point lead. And it's mostly due with 3 quarters behind us. Let's see what this fourth period holds in store. Timberwolves trail by 7. On the court for the Lakers to start the fourth. Dorian Finney-Smith is out there with Rui Hachimura. Then it's Luka Doncic. Oh, Edwards with style and authority.
Yeah, Edwards has some big bounce in his step.
Out to James. Doncic, a screen on Randall. James passes to Hayes. Doncic against Randall. Here's Hayes. The shot is good. Doncic making the play. Hayes has got his first bucket in this one.
You know, the instincts of Luka Doncic are second to none. Such a natural playmaker.
James against Edwards. Fires from deep. Finney-Smith pulls it in. Los Angeles leading by 7. Doncic up strong. And Doncic hammers it home.
How about the dunk off the drive? Doncic, terrific at navigating his way inside.
McDaniels a screen. DiVincenzo with it. Now Doncic defending. Back to DiVincenzo. Shot clock at 6. The 3 is up. They get it back. Here's Randall. Ooh, and he took a hard foul on the shot. So he'll head to the line to shoot a pair. It's on Rui Hachimura. All right, guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for Los Angeles?
Well, I love how they're attacking the rim. That will usually force defenses to collapse and open up a lot of outside shots.
And I also have to praise them for their three-point shooting. They're showing a lot of confidence, letting them fly from deep.
Randall with a steal. It's McDaniels on the wing. Randall deciding where to go with it.
Los Angeles foul. Please. First personal foul. Second team foul. At the line.
The first one falls.
Julius Randle. Taking 2 shots.
And he makes both free throws. Last quarter of play, about 2 minutes in now. Doncic against McDaniels. Doncic outside. Oh, there's the alley. Pass to James. The Lakers got to get one up. Late clock. Hey, shot's good.
And coming down the stretch, both teams still playing fantastic offense.
Yeah, in hopes that your opponent is just going to go cold. That's not going to happen, it doesn't look like in this one. This might go down to whoever has the last possession.
All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
I was able to listen in on what Chris Finch was going over with his team. He told his players, we are right there, guys. This game is ours. Continue to work hard, and we will win this game.
Okay, good stuff. Thank you, Allie.
Yeah, an underrated passer. Randall has a nice feel for the game and is willing to keep his teammates involved.
Doncic outside. On the wing, Finney-Smith. DiVincenzo covering. James, a screen on Randall. 4 on the clock. Ooh, McDaniels with a steal. Edwards driving. Oh, he packs it down.
That is incredible.
And he dunks it down.
Well, you need a bucket? Give it to Edwards. He's got that clutch gene.
And here's James. And there's the drive. Hayes up top. The shot's good on the assist by James. And the Lakers lead by 5.
Excellent decision from James. He's all for whipping passes to uncover teammates.
And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
One of the trickier plays to judge, but it would be hard to argue against the call.
Yeah, and that's maybe something that should be called more. We see a lot of moving screens in today's NBA.
Doncic outside. Doncic punches it home.
A guard that can truly do it all. Doncic has tremendous power.
Randall, a screen on Doncic. Randall against Doncic. Randall, good.
Oh, a rugged competitor. Randall's teammates trust his ability to make plays in big moments.
James passes to Doncic. Nice D from Reed.
Well, the defense was right where they needed to be to stop the layup. Great awareness and effort.
It's Edwards on the wing. Hachimura covering. It's Edwards with a drive. Money!
Wow, these are the moments that Edwards lives for. He is dynamite in the clutch.
Grant, they'd love to milk the clock here.
No question. They're in a great situation right here.
Driving to the basket, and he buries it.
Clutch play by Doncic. He's been doing this since he was a kid.
James against Edwards. Reed a screen on James. Here's Edwards. Can't get it to fall. And Doncic has got the ball here for the Lakers. There.
Oh! Wow!
Whoa! Not known for showing off, Doncic with the highlight reel jam. Did I say that? Wow.
And James launches it from deep. Off target with a shot. So it's Los Angeles picking up the win. Just a gutsy performance on the road.
It really was. When this one was up in the air late, they showed how tough-minded they are as a team.
All right, let's go courtside to Allie LaForce with our player of the game. Allie, it's all yours.
LeBron, that was an impressive...
All right, Allie, good stuff there. Thanks for that. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Stan Van Gundy, Grant Hill, and